We are live. Wagwan, it's your boy, Brett. I know him say this is the Sports Time Zone. We in here. Also, got my producer Q the Beat in the building. Q the Beat. Shout out to folks.
What's good, everybody?
Y'all know what yes, sir. Also, special edition to the show, making her debut to the Sports Time Zone. Our new co-host, the lovely Lena Lay. Lena, what's good?
What's good?
Yeah. Hey, here at the Sports Time Zone, we listen. We listen to the people. The people say but Noomsy, we need more female interaction on the show. So what did Noomsy do? Noomsy listened to the people, and now we come back with Lena Lay. Also, before we even get started, y'all make sure y'all hit that like, that share, that subscribe, all of that good stuff. Follow us on IG, SportsTime_Zone. Make sure y'all do that. Yeah. Also, special shout out to KE Creations. This is Black History Month. KE Creations made me this beautiful Miami Heat Black Excellence shirt. Shout out to KE. So if y'all need that merch, y'all holla at KE Creations. Also, 2BossyLLC.com. If y'all need y'all taxes done, holla at 2BossyLLC.com. She will get you top dollar. She did my taxes. I looked at how much I was getting. I was like, that's me? Yeah. She hooked me up. She looked out. She'll do the same thing for y'all too. Shout out to Sammy'sTreats.com. Customized baked goods. I'm talking about pastries. I'm talking about cinnamon rolls. I'm talking about cupcakes. Anything you want, they customize it and make it just for you. And it's fresh from the bakery. Holla at Sammy's Treats. Billionaire Society LLC. Anybody who needs y'all credit fix, credit repair, y'all holla at my people there at Billionaires Society LLC, because we all about improving our life and our quality of life. So y'all got to get y'all credit right. Make sure y'all do that. Yes, shout out to TZ Dave. Running a little late. He'll be joining us a little bit later. But yo, we got a dope show for y'all lined up. Dope show. First of all, Lena, how you feeling today? What's good with you? How you doing?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling
better? Okay.
Yes, I am feeling better. All glory to God. I got over
all praises.
Always. Yes.
Always.
That craziness, and yeah, I'm back. I'm ready.
That's what's up. All praises due. By the grace of God, Lena is in the building. Now, we're going to talk about a lot of different things today, but let's just jump right in. Last weekend, there was a good fight, a women's boxing match featuring Claressa Shields versus Danielle Perkins. Now, for those of y'all don't know, Claressa Shields is probably one of the best female boxers in the history of the game. A lot of people been ducking her. A lot of people ain't want to get in a ring with her, but she found somebody who was willing to do it, and that woman is Danielle Perkins. Danielle Perkins is a former basketball player, so she got some size to her, and she's actually bigger than Claressa. But when the fight got started, Claressa started throwing those hands. I mean, it was just pure uppercuts, jabs, just everything you can imagine that a boxer her size could do, she did it. She controlled the fight for the most part, and then by the 10th round, which was the last round, she hit Perkins with a haymaker, and I swear, I was telling Lena, I was telling you, she knocked her out standing up, and when you saw the clip, you were like,
that shit was so nasty, man. I almost felt bad.
Yeah.
She went in on it, but hey, it was fair. She put it down.
Yeah, she did. She did her thing, man. And what's crazy about the fight, though, Claressa Shields became the first ever undisputed women's boxing champion. So that's some Black history right there. So shout out to Claressa for becoming the first ever undisputed women's boxing champion. Now, the storyline was a little bit overshadowed because she came into the ring with her new boyfriend, who is also the soon-to-be ex-husband of Remy Ma, Papoose. Now, yeah, I already see
it's messy.
That's why I'm glad we got you here, Lena, because, you know, from my perspective as a man, I see it one way. Your perspective as a lady, you might see it a different way, but here's how I see it. So Remy Ma, for those of y'all who don't know the history, Remy Ma, over the course of the last couple of years, has been parading around with her new boyfriend, Easy the Block Captain, who's a battle rapper. And y'all take a look right here and watch Clarissa go to work while I explain this. Man, she hit her with a couple of hard shots. But boom, hit her. Look,
man, she was already tired, man. She was like, let me go ahead and
I'm sorry. Yo, she looked drunk. It's like, hold up. She dropped her glasses. She dropped some change on the ground. You know, like when you reach out your pocket and you drop change and you're like, let's show it again. Come on, Q. Give me boom. Good Lord. Hey, that was a wild hit, yo. That was wild. But what's crazy, shout out also to my man Pressure in the comments. Also, is it Kamaya? Kamaya in the comments, and also Devin Cortez. Salute to all of y'all in the comments. And y'all drop in the comments too what y'all think about this. But Remy Ma was parading around with her new boyfriend pretty much everywhere. They was on, making appearances together. They were showing up to events together. Am I right, Q? Were they not?
Oh, yeah. They made it a big public thing out there in the street. So
They was doing a lot. And my man Papoose, he remained quiet. He didn't really say nothing about it. And then one day, all of a sudden, Remy Ma comes and she catches Papoose sleeping with Clarissa Shields still on the phone with him in their house. Like, don't get it twisted. Remy and Pap still live together, which is wild. Yeah, I know. They still live together, but she openly seeing her boyfriend. So when she found out that Pap was messing with Clarissa, Remy, she just crashed out. She went on the internet. She's going off. She exposing text messages. She's leaking Clarissa's phone number online and all of this. So all of this happened. And then when it was time for Clarissa's fight over this last weekend, who walks out to the ring with Clarissa? Papoose. In front of the world. Like in front of... And it seemed like, I ain't gonna lie, they were posing for every camera that was in their face. You know how some people, when they just walking and people taking pictures, they just walk and they like, I ain't got time. No, they like, cheese. Oh, you over there with your camera phone? Cheese. Like everybody.
If that Remy want to leak something, leak this.
Yeah, exactly. Leak that. Yeah, and I feel you, Kamaya. That is foul. But so let me ask you this though, Miss Lena Lay. As a woman, do you feel like, I guess I should ask, do you think Pat was wrong for walking out to the ring with his new girlfriend, considering everything else that I said that happened before that? Was he foul for that, or was he supposed to take the high road and just keep it chill and not say nothing or not even show up with his girlfriend? Like, what is your take on this whole situation? Even though I know a lot of it is new to you, what's your take on it?
I mean, well, when it comes to relationships, I'm typically real private about that. But the thing is, Remy went on ahead and like kind of was parading around with her man already, and so
right.
Bad for Papoose to turn around and do the same thing. Like that's, I mean, I don't like double standards and all that kind of stuff. If you're gonna do it, you can't be mad if you turn around and do it too. Like that's his girl, just like you was parading around. That's your man. I was just over thinking, like, man, do they got an open relationship now? Like,
that's what it's looking. It's looking like it's open.
Like,
that's crazy. And what I was seeing online too, a lot of the ladies, you know how some people, they just gonna go with their gender. Like regardless of who's right or who's wrong, the ladies are like, oh, Pat wrong for that. He shouldn't have did that. He's still living in her house and she got more money than him. And all he doing is going to another woman who got money. He needs to. And I'm like, yo, this is from my perspective. When Remy Ma was in prison, Papoose was holding her down. Like
the same thing. Yeah, sure.
He was putting money on her books, paying her lawyer fees. He made sure when she came out to like some love, a household, like a little family type of vibe. And then she played him. And so now this is what you're seeing as the residuals of that. I just hate the fact that all of that noise is overshadowing the actual fight, because it was a good fight. As y'all could see, Clarissa was putting hands on that girl, and that girl was much bigger than Clarissa. So for that to happen, I'm just interested to see what's next for Clarissa. I'm really happy for her. I'm proud of her. She's from Flint, Michigan, a Black community, and this is Black History Month. For those of y'all who don't know, salute to the Black history facts and everybody who reps Black History Month. So I'm happy for Clarissa. I hope she goes on to do bigger and better things, and I want to see her progress. I also wish much love to her and Pap. I do want Pap to end that situation with Remy, though, because if you're going to be moving on with somebody else, especially somebody that popular, you got to go ahead and cut ties with, because it could get real messy and real ugly, and divorces can drag out. Like, they can drag.
Yes, in fact, and they got kids too. You know, you don't really want to be setting that kind of example. It should be like a healthy, you know, personally to me, it should be like a healthy separation. You know, if it's going to get that messy, like, don't drag them kids into that stuff. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, the kids. Yeah.
And even Clarissa and even her man, you know, like at the end of the day, Remy and Papoose had obligations to each other. You know, I would hate for them to get tied into, you know, their mess and stuff. But yeah, I guess it's just how it
No, that's facts. That's facts. Also, shout out in the chats. Unleash the Champion says Papoose did a Kendrick. Sometimes you gotta pap out and show ninjas.
That's my favorite line.
I love it. I love that. No, but no, that's really big. That's facts though. I agree with you. There's the kids involved, and when you got kids involved, that kind of makes the situation a little bit messier. So we don't want the kids to have to be a part of any of that. I always like to look out for the kids whenever there's that. So there's that. Shout out to Clarissa once again. Look forward to her next fight. I want to see her fight Layla Ali. That's what I want to see. And there's some talks
they've been talking that mess with each other.
They have been. There has been some talk.
Yeah.
They have been talk about that. So we'll see what happens if her and Layla actually get it in. But yo, we got another topic coming up now. This next topic is related to my favorite sport, basketball. As I said, once again, y'all can see me with my Miami Heat Black Excellence shirt. And here at the Sports Time Zone, we like to make sure we show love to not just one team, but all teams around the league. And our next guest who's coming to the stage, he has been on here before. He came on here last year talking about his ATL Falcons. He is an Atlanta native. He's also a very, very, very good dear friend of mine. And I want y'all to give a big round of applause and a warm welcome to my boy, my man, Big Ty Hill. Welcome back to the show, Big Ty. What's good with you?
It was good.
Hey, Ty making sure y'all see that. Y'all see that hawk. Y'all see that.
Y'all see that kind of bird. Now we got to get right. We ain't trading the right people. We still got Trey. So
that's messed up. I thought Trey was y'all saving. So hold on. So in Atlanta, your football team is the Falcons. Your basketball team is the Hawks. So do y'all consider both teams dirty birds, or is it just the Falcons that's the dirty birds?
Whoa. If we talking dirty birds, we ain't talk about them Falcons. We talk about them Hawks. They Hawks. That's it.
They ain't dirty.
They ain't dirty. Matter of fact, they playing kind of clean right now because, oh, my God. I mean, that was dumb. Shout out to our coach, Quinn Snyder. Shout out to Quinn Snyder for making great decisions. No substitutions. You got several seconds. I mean, he got no more. Y'all watch the game. Come on now. Tell me. I love my team. Don't get it twisted. But boy, that transition defense was horrible. Full court defense was non-existent. I'm gonna drink no tea on that one.
I saw that, man. That was crazy. Now we got the All-Star Weekend coming up. All-Star Weekend is coming up. I believe that's actually next. Is that next couple of weekends? Next weekend. Is that right?
Yeah.
So All-Star Weekend is coming up. So I had a question for you because this was actually a hot topic last week when they announced the All-Star reserves. And one key notable missing person from that All-Star reserve was Trae Young. A lot of people thought and felt, me personally, I felt like he should have made it, but a lot of people thought Trae Young should have made the All-Star team or should have been in the All-Star game. Now, my boy Tyler Hero from my Heat, he made it. But Trae Young did not make it, and that's what the big thing was. So you being a fan of the Atlanta Hawks, you being an Atlanta native, born and raised in the A, how do you feel about Trae Young not being on the All-Star team and being snubbed. And then I'm going to let Lena, she got a question for you too. But go ahead and answer that for me first, Big Ty.
Come on, man. I'm gonna have to scratch my head again on that one. This leader in the league right now. I mean, they showing him the absolute dirtiest of respect. Like he now Trey was 6'7", 6'6". Yeah, he get more love, but he look at it, don't play defense. So, but he's giving up the ball. He's distributing. Do he need help? Of course. Now we get rid of DeAndre, who's starting to pick up a little bit later. We're hurting right now with Jalen Johnson. Now with Jalen out, oh my God, defense, scoring is non-existent. So snubs, it's blatant disrespect at this point. Can he do more? Can he do any less? It's like damn if you do, damn if you don't at this point. But should he have got it? He should have got it. Tyler Hero, since Jimmy Bucket's been out, he's been stepping up, showing that he's a true leader on your squad. And bro, I got salutes to Tyler Hero. He's doing this damn thing, bro.
He is, and that's why I can't be too mad about Tyler making it, because he stepped up his game a lot. To your point, when Jimmy went down, when he was out with all them suspensions, Tyler did step up. But like Trae Young, Tyler can't play no defense. Like Tyler is all offense. He'll get you a good 20 to 30, but he's also gonna give up a good 20 to 30 on the other side.
Can we address the elephant in the room? He's suspended or he just didn't want to play? Let's just go ahead and just call it that. Jimmy just didn't want to play. Hey, Jimmy, you gonna play tonight? I'll think about it and hit you back. He giving Miami the Rich Evento speech. Hey, Miami, it's Jimmy. Just want to let you know, I ain't coming back. Take it easy. That's exactly what y'all got. So if they want Trey doing dirty, they doing them the absolute disrespect.
You right about that. And the messed up part about it is that he just got traded. So now he's on the team. And now watch how he ball out. Now watch when he go to Golden State. He just got traded to Golden State. Now watch all of us doing how Jimmy get this burst of energy out of nowhere when he ain't have no energy for us here in Miami. So
I don't know about that. I think Jimmy ain't gonna start playing until Draymond either elbow him in the face or either punch him in the neck. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Think about it. KD didn't start balling till he got cussed out. I mean, hey, we were winning with you, we winning out you. They won a championship without him. So hey. Well, Draymond is the heartbeat of that team. So You put Draymond, you put Jimmy, you put Steph back together. Okay, they got rid of Andrew Wiggins. So I was like, okay. Now, Andrew Wiggins, ever since his girl cheated on him with his best friend, he ain't really been doing the absolute most. But he's there in the clutch when they needed him. He was starting to step up, starting to get a rhythm. I ain't gonna front. If home ain't right, it's a lot going down. Ain't nothing gonna be right at that point.
That's true. And Lena, before you ask your question, he's right. When a man got issues at home with his woman and he's a professional athlete, he play like hot garbage on the court. I mean, he can't make nothing. He can't hit nothing, can't make nothing. And that's what happened to Wiggins, who he just said. But I'm sorry, Lena. Go ahead with your question.
Garbage with sprinkles.
You good. I was about to say, based off that, like, yeah, he ain't right up here. So it's all on the field, But anyway, I got a quick question for you, Ty. So I saw that Trey was saying, like, at this point, it's not even getting snubbed. Like, he's getting traded. Like, he's not as efficient on the field, and I'm guessing this may transpire into why he's not getting selected. So I really like to know your thoughts on that. And do you feel like he's not as efficient? And do you feel like they targeting him so much so that he got his own name for it? He's like, I'm getting traded. I ain't even getting snubbed at this point. Like, they're just coming for me.
As far as chemistry, our team is not getting it. Trey need to be more of a leader and a distributor. Be honest with you, I know after this contract is over, he got 1 or 2 more years. He's not coming back. He's done. He just saw that, hey, the Lakers were probably one of the best fits for him. Me personally, I thought we'd have been got rid of him. I thought we were going to get rid of Trey and keep DJ. Miami the Pelicans ain't getting too much production out of DJ. He is hurt, so I'd have rather had DJ as player. I think DJ would have been better. Then all of a sudden, I ain't pay attention to my phone, and I look at we get rid of Bogey. I'm like, God dang. So Bogus show out all summer in the Olympics, and we don't show him no burn on the court. Quinn Snyder, to me, I think Trey, if he had a different coach that could get him to think more team in him, he's getting disrespected because of size. Now, if he was giving you Steph Curry numbers, Steph plays some defense, Steph go steal the ball. You're not go dribble past him easily. Steph go contest the ball. Trey got that ha-ha defense. Ha-ha, okay. They gone. To me, I think that's where the disrespect comes. Can he score? Yes, he can score 30, 40 points. Can he shoot from the half court? Oh, absolutely. He can shoot from the third logo. But the point is, Trey getting 40, everybody else got 8 points in the night, and you lose by 12.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. You got to spread out the love a little bit more. So I definitely understand what you're saying with that. But to your point, Big Ty, I mean, even with another coach, you can't coach height. A coach ain't gonna make Trey Young grow 5 inches. Like, all you can do, you can tell him like, okay, you can put him in better positions and run better plays so that someone of his size can have an easier time scoring and maybe, run more pick and rolls, maybe run more lobs, whatever the case is, but you can't make somebody grow. So I think Trey Young might have that stigma on him.
Think about it too. The Hawks are losing. I mean, the games you think we win, we lose. If we had a winning record and we were doing a little bit better, I mean, we've always been that middle T. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'd have been saying we should Candler so we can get Flagler in the draft. Be personal. I'd have canned the whole season at this point. I mean, so much we need that's available coming up. I think we should shoot for it. But think about it. Y'all watch sports. The Hawks are always middle tier. 7, 8, 9 seed. 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. At some point, you figure, okay, let's change the team dynamic. All right. So we got Big O, we got Clint. So you change the lineup. I mean, we all watch it. Quinn Snyder run a hard 8 or 9. Point blank. He run a hard 8 or 9. There's some guys that never get any burn. Think about AJ Griffin. When McMillan was there, the man was getting burned. 16, 17, 18 points, 20 points. Quinn Snyder come in, no love, back of the bench.
Yeah, and for those of y'all at home who may not understand what Ty is saying, when he says that Quinn Snyder is the coach for the Atlanta Hawks. When he says he runs a hard 8 or 9, that basically means on a roster of 15 players, he's only playing 8 or 9 guys a night. So that means there's still like, a good, 5 guys, 4 guys who's not getting any play at all. So he's just running the same 8 people when you still got other people on the bench who can play. So that's what Big Ty means when he says he's running a hard 8 or 9. But I mean, I got faith. I agree. Maybe they should tank, but it's hard to tank, with fans that's coming out there to pay money to see your team play, to know that y'all boys are losing games on purpose just so you can try to get a draft pick. I mean, that's crazy work. And I see, Lena, you shaking your head. Don't be losing games on purpose, but I get it. If you're trying to get a good draft pick, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah,
exactly.
So, but we're going to keep our eye on that situation with the Atlanta Hawks and Trey Young and just basketball in general going forward. But now let's switch gears real quick. Now we're going to go from basketball and we're going to move over to a crossover into the world of music. Now, the Super Bowl this year is going to, for the very first time, have a rapper as the headliner for the halftime show. And that rapper is none other than Kendrick Lamar. Now, Kendrick Lamar, who, unless you've been living under a rock, you got to know he had the hottest song of the year, the hottest diss record of the year, probably the hottest album of the year. He cleaned up at the Grammys. Kendrick Lamar went home with, I believe, was it 5 Grammys? Was it 5?
5.
Okay. 5 Grammys. And Lena, you were telling me earlier that it was like what, best album, best song? Like what were all of the accolades he got and all of the awards that he won them for, Lena? Please catch us up on that.
Absolutely. So he had best song. He had song of the year. He had I believe record of the year. He had music video of the year, and it was two more related to it. But he was nominated in all 5 categories and
Best
swept
rap performance.
best rap
And
performance.
best rap. Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot. So he cleaned up. So my question for the panel, for both of you, what do y'all think this means for hip hop? Like now, not only do you have a rapper headlining the Super Bowl for the first time, now you have for the very first time a hip hop artist taking home 5 Grammys. Like that's never happened before. So my question, I'll start with you, Big Ty, since you're our guest. What does this mean for hip hop? Is there any significance at all for hip hop having this monumental shift in the importance of hip hop in terms of social acceptance?
It's huge for the culture. I mean, hip hop as a whole has always been that leading forefront for trend, style. So
Yeah.
when you start to get someone like a Kendrick Lamar, who's considered a conscious rapper, people don't realize how deep this guy is. For one, most don't even know he won a Pulitzer Prize. He won a Pulitzer for his pen, for To Pimp a Butterfly. That's huge for the culture itself. He's a lyricist. He promotes positivity through growth through our community. That's huge in the industry to sell. So now he's headlining the Super Bowl in New Orleans, which a lot of people are upset about. But me personally, I think we should be more commending this brother for pushing a narrative that's different than everybody else. He ain't pushing poison. He ain't pushing the disrespecting of our women. He's not telling us to disrespect our communities. He's telling us to do better. So for me, I think it's the biggest thumbs up to our culture in ever.
That's an excellent observation on that. Yeah, I also feel the same way. I think it's big for the culture. I think it's huge. His content is what I love the most. He, like you said, he doesn't disrespect women. He's not about, even though he's from Compton, he doesn't rap about gangbanging. He don't rap about, squeezing triggers and his ops and all of that stuff. So, I mean, even though he kind of went in on Drake, but he didn't do it in a violent way. He didn't talk about, I'm going to wet you up and I'm going, do this to you or do that. He did it in an educational way, so to speak. But Lena, what's your thoughts on Kendrick Lamar and how this impacts hip hop overall?
I think Kendrick had an excellent year. I heard "Not Like Us" everywhere. So I think
right.
that that he headlines the Super Bowl this year. I can see why people are upset because it is in New Orleans, which is in a very prominent rapper's hometown, Lil Wayne. And Lil Wayne has been trying to trying to perform at the Super Bowl for years now. So it's kind of like now the time comes and it's not even him. So I get the frustration with that, but. Like you were saying, like Ty was saying, like what he's rapping about is what the culture really needs right now. We really need to get away from glorifying violence and just talking about the real stuff. Like even you were saying the Not Like Us song, he didn't say, "Oh, I'm gonna shoot you up and your mama and your family." He just stated all facts. As I know him to be facts, and just things against him that he didn't like about him. So I think it's only fitting that he didn't go to the Grammys and sweep like that. Like, yeah, who else to have perform at the Super Bowl? So absolutely.
Yeah, no, I'm with that. I'm with that. Now, I asked this question on the show last time. So y'all think y'all think he's going to do Not Like Us on the Super Bowl stage and just literally
people will be
of
mad.
course he is.
If you don't do Not Like Us.
The most requested song. Think about it. He won 5 Grammys: Best Rap Performance, Best Rap Song, Best Music Video, Song of the Year, Record of the Year. Dissing the guy in his own country. That Canadian tuxedo he wore was bananas. I'm talking about denim suit, Margiela, come up there and I said, oh, the song of dissing the Canadian in the Canadian tux. I said, that's diabolical. That's disrespectful on a whole nother level, bro. That take you back to Nas and Jay-Z. You rat face, kung fu. I'm like,
that's wild. I mean, my thing was this, and Lena, I want your opinion on this too. Like a lot of people is saying, like it's gonna be diabolical if he go up there and call Drake a pedophile on the Super Bowl stage. So, do you think that he's gonna go that far with it? Or do you think he's just going to, maybe do like a little snippet from the song? Or do you think he's really going to go in and like just really go in on the song? Like, how you feel about that, Lena?
Yeah, I mean, Kendrick and Gemini, they speak their mind. They don't care what come out their mouth. So he's going to go up there. He's going to push the boundaries. That's how I feel. Only thing is, I hope he don't push too much into that pedophile stuff because, Drake, you get the suing. You ain't talking about nothing.
That's
he's talking about defamation. I ain't no pedophile. I ain't been charged with nothing. So you better be careful. But yeah,
hey,
when that man went up there and performed that song 5-6 times, yeah.
7 times back to back, performed at a concert, screaming. I can't wait till he come here in April. Me and my brother, we already got our tickets. We gonna be there in the suites. I'm telling you, it'll be the concert of the year.
Real talk, Kamaya said Drake is gonna be crying. Like, I don't think Drake gonna even watch the game, yo. Like, I don't think he gonna watch.
This will be the first Super Bowl in years that he hasn't been to. Drake has been to every Super Bowl for the past how many years? I would be reluctant if he actually went to the Super Bowl. I would bet money. Now, Drake being Drake, he'd probably go just to show him how strong he is. Now, it's still Drake. I mean, we understand it's rap. You say this, I say this. I screwed your mama. I screwed your girl. It's rap. We already know how the rap culture is. But to take it to the level that he took it, now, obviously, Drake got some questionable habits and things he might have done in the past. But, I mean, he ain't been arrested for it, so I'm gonna give him a little leeway on it. It's crazy though. I mean, it's only so many times you gonna keep saying this about somebody before you finally realize and be like,
yeah, like,
and not for nothing. This is New Orleans, and Wayne is from New Orleans, and Wayne signed Drake. So that's Wayne and Drake are like that's who he signed to. So we know Wayne is probably going to be in the building. I mean, if Wayne ain't there, I would be shocked if Wayne is not at the Super Bowl in his hometown. I'm sure he'll be there.
He's going to bring him out.
Oh, he may be mad.
I think Kendrick's going to bring him out. And be honest with you, I think Kendrick was already planning on bringing Lil Wayne out during the performance.
I respect that.
Yeah, I think he's going to bring him out at halftime.
Okay. Now, if he does that, then that's honorable by Kendrick. I wouldn't, me personally, look, F you, F your label, what Tupac said, F Biggie, F Puffy, F Bad Boy as a record label, and as this, and that, he just went up. But I don't know, Kendrick is a little, he's more on the little honorable side than Pac. If it was Pac would probably go up there and just cuss everybody out, but this is a different... This is a different day and age. And Lena, in case you don't know, I know you part of a younger generation, but Tupac was one of the prominent artists from our generation.
All day.
Lena, like, don't play. I might be young, but I know I know about Tupac. I know your hip hop history. Okay, I ain't mad. All right. Now speaking of the Grammys. There was an incident, was it last year at the Grammys with Killer Mike? And I believe, I don't know, you were telling me something about this also, Lena, that Killer Mike has a lawsuit filed against the security that had him arrested. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so apparently at last year's Grammy, Killer Mike was detained, I guess, like an unlawful arrest by the security Grammys. Apparently, he had just won his 3 Grammys. He's feeling good. He was trying to go to the back, I guess, to the red carpet, get some pictures. They stopping him like he ain't supposed to be there. And he's like, I'm supposed to be, I'm an artist. I just won these Grammys. And then, apparently he's like, the guard was overzealous. I guess they wanted to, I don't know, prove a point or something like that. So they detained him, and he was detained for about 3 hours, and then they let him go after that. They didn't even want to press charges against him because he hadn't done nothing wrong. So he turned around and, and sued them. And I feel like he's right to do that because they embarrassed him. They detained him in front of everybody. They was treating him like he wasn't, like he was a stranger, like he wasn't even supposed to be there. And And now the security team or the security company that, over that, they're denying any involvement, talking about the information is not credible, that it just sounds like they made it seem like he was just finding something to sue about, but y'all literally detained this man for nothing. So it was like, it didn't really take away from his grandmother. I feel like anything, it had a positive effect because it got his name more out there and people were mad for Killer Mike. So
Right.
I thought that was jacked up, but he came out, he was like, he wasn't phased, but he's doing their ass and 3 Grammys and then get a bag too, like,
Wow.
man, like, do you?
That's crazy. And Big Ty, you being from the ATL, Killer Mike from the ATL, what was the buzz like last year when that happened? First of all, what was the energy like in Atlanta, or did everybody even notice that happened last year? What was that like?
About it. That's when the uproar came, because you got to think about it. The man just won 3 Grammys, representing the city on high. Oh my God, we see our people up there, and all of a sudden, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, what do you, Killer Mike? What do you do? Cut somebody out? You slapped somebody with a Grammy? What happened? Oh,
Nah, the security guard. She said that he pushed her to the ground and she hurt her. It was a bunch of conflicting reports about it, but apparently he pushed the security guard.
If you grab me wrong, then you can't put your hands on me. Everybody know event security at these awards, they can't put their hands on them. The only people that can actually grab you is law enforcement. So if he grabbed or detained, the only people that can detain you is the police. Now, if they stop her from gaining access to an area, I'm sure Killer Mike is within reason to see him around the arena all the time. Hey, you can't go this way. Oh, okay, no problem. Oh, yo, that's Killer Mike. Let him through. I'm sitting there like, don't he got a barber shop right up on the terrace level? He can't go in this building? Oh, okay. But that's how it is, though. So sometimes you get them overzealous security persons that you have to tell them, yo, relax, chill, B. I mean, and he's never even been that type of person, even around. And when we go to the Hawks games, to be like, yo, I'm Killer Mike. Sometimes he just be mad, chill in his own zone, with the family, chill, whatever. So you be sitting there like, Mike, no, that ain't happening. So now the details come out. He's starting to realize, oh, somebody effed up. So now, what they gonna pay? That's the question. What are they going to pay?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see too. Because again, like you said, Killer Mike is not even that kind of guy. Like from what I know him to be a nonviolent person. I know him to be very conscious. I know him to be, upspoken. He's very upspoken and outspoken for the community.
He gets the best though. We hear the lyrics. If he needs to spark off, he'll spark off. But think about it though. He's one of the most gracious rappers out there in the game. I mean, always have. He'll let you know he about his business, but at the end of the day, we don't disrespect nobody. Layla look like a very nice woman. You cross her dirt, she might.
Yeah.
I think they tried to set him up, though. They definitely sound like they tried to set him up.
Yeah, we don't try. You don't try to disrespect nobody gangster. So you try to show respect to everybody, and you represent. I mean, this is a crowning achievement for a rapper.
Yeah.
Miles got beat out by Cardi B for a Grammy. You know what I'm saying? So that is a huge honor to win a Grammy. He just finally getting his Grammy. Just dues for King's disease. So it's the hip hop game as a whole. We always boycott. We all know about how we rappers never been respected by the Grammys. Then all of a sudden it's starting to get respected by and acknowledged by the Academy. Then all of a sudden you're getting disrespected by some outside persons won't let you be great. No, that can change the whole mindset for the night.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm glad for one that he's doing this during Black History Month, because you're making a statement, and for so many times, like you said, you get these overzealous security guards, and sometimes people just want to make a name for themselves. It's like, oh, that's Killer Mike. So I mean, you got
Killer Mike.
Yeah, exactly. They want that badge of honor. Like I was watching on the news the other day where some cop pulled over Ice-T. Ice-T is like 60 years old now.
Exactly.
Yeah, and once they realized it was Ice-T, this man was just going to get his license or his tags, he was going to get them renewed. And
Right.
I mean, this officer was giving him the hardest time in the world, making him get out the car and, making a big scene and let me,
I'm Ice-T.
yeah, it's like, oh, I pulled over Ice-T. And, then he called backup and he called, his supervisor. It was just like, it was ridiculous. Sometimes y'all security guards, y'all gotta chill. Police, y'all gotta chill. Y'all can't be trying to make yourself famous off of harassing innocent people, even if it is a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta chill with that. So anyway, I'm happy about that. I'm glad Killer Mike is standing up for himself. Go ahead, Ty.
I tell you what. Now the police was on the 50-50 with the whole Tyreek Hill situation because Tyreek were mad disrespectful. I mean, and y'all gotta understand, police got him. They got him bad because you don't know when you stop these people what they got going on in their car, especially the tenant. You can't see in there. So for him to even disrespect the cop. Now the cop did overstep it bound. Hey man, look, I'll let you go, but if you do what I say do, we can get through this quick. Some officers don't have that diplomacy thing down pat. They want to make a name for themselves. But I see this short, dark-skinned dude driving this $1 million car trying to disrespect me. Sometimes, that can rub you the wrong way. Hey, I've been on the force 20 years. I ain't even got a quarter of the price of that car. You know what I'm saying?
But don't that come down to training? Like, aren't they trained? But I guess all that training go out the window when you pulling over somebody that's famous, I guess. They just they lose their training. And I don't know what that was all about. But this person, this was a security guard though, right, Lena? This wasn't a cop. Was it?
It was security. They didn't
security.
Yeah, that was a security, a private contractor for the grant. For the video.
Right, and they said they made a citizen's arrest, but it was unlawful because there was nothing to arrest him for. Like, he had to been wilding out. Like, he had to been threatening people's lives. He wasn't doing none of that. And they just, they hid and they detained him for who knows what.
Yeah, that's basically somebody just trying to become famous. They trying to get their name out there. I don't know what they was trying to do, but anyway, shout out to Killer Mike. I'm waiting for him to drop something new because the last project that he did was fire. It was real fire. I really got a lot. I'm looking forward to what he has in store coming forward now. Q, I believe you were saying there was a lot of trades going on in the NBA this year too. For the NBA trade deadline was yesterday. There was a couple of big trades that happened. I ain't gonna spend too much time on it because there was so many. But I do know my man Jimmy Butler was traded to the Golden State Warriors. Finally, we got back Andrew Wiggins, Davion Mitchell, and a first-round draft pick. So
y'all want Andrew Wiggins? That's the question.
That's the question. The Heat Nation, the fellow fans of my Miami Heat, are acting like they're really excited about Andrew Wiggins. And I try to get excited. I'm trying my hardest to get excited about it, but I just can't, Big Ty. I can't, Lena. I cannot get excited about Andrew Wiggins. Yes, he's 29 years old. He's younger than Jimmy, but he just got through being the third option on a team that won a championship in 2021. Jimmy Butler was the number one option on a team that he dragged to the NBA Finals just a couple of years ago. So I felt like that was a downgrade from where we were before, but people are trying to get excited about that. Another big trade, we talked about Luka. Luka got traded to the Lakers. A couple of that was a big one. There's a couple of other trades. Ty, what's the biggest notable trade that you know of? I mean, if you can see there, if you put up a list of some of these trades up on the team.
I might have to say I'm gonna have to get me a new team because I ain't gonna front. Dallas is looking like a squad of squads. AD, Klay Thompson, Derek Lively. They still got PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford. Bro, they got a squad. Now I think they got rid of Quentin Grimes, if I'm not mistaken. I got to make sure Denver is still on the squad. But be honest with you, right now, they looking like the star of stars right now. I think in the West, Dallas is going to pull a wild card on. I think they're gonna move up somewhere. They got depth now. They got
Yeah,
big men and starters. Now AD don't have to play center. He's a true five guard. He's like you said, he just felt comfortable better playing the four than the five.
yeah,
Let him lively stay the center. Put AD. So now you got these 2 7-footers back there. Both of them play defense. Both can score. Dude, I think Dallas is the team to beat in the West. Now we'll see the difference between now, All-Star season, and after the All-Star season. I think the second half of the season, Dallas go surprise everybody in the West.
Well, I definitely think Dallas is the deepest team in the league right now. I looked at their roster and they got a lot of big players. They got a lot of players, so they're really deep right now. They have probably the most depth in the NBA. So y'all
Really, 5 centers. They got 5 guards, and they got a coach that switches out their roster. He's not working hard 8 or hard 9. It ain't not one given point. He got 12 people don't sub in the game at one point. I think that's good for a coach when you got a team with the depth that Dallas have right now.
Yeah, they do. That's a good point. I mean, like I said, we're not going to get into all of the trades because there's so many of them. Q to Beat did the liberty of running a couple of them up there on the screen, but yeah, it's a lot of trades. I'm going to drop a couple of reels later on this weekend about some of these trades, so y'all look out for that. But we definitely want to keep the train moving. Earlier, we were just talking about the Super Bowl and how Kendrick is going to be performing in the Super Bowl. But in addition to the actual football game, it was just brought to my attention by the lovely Lena Lay that there is actually something called a Puppy Bowl. There's a Puppy Bowl, which I knew absolutely nothing about. I never heard of it. I remember the Bud Bowl back in the day when they had the cans of beer playing football against each other at halftime, which I think they need to bring the Bud Bowl back. Hey, y'all got to bring back the Bud Bowl.
That was cool. That was cool.
It's the Puppy Bowl now.
Okay, so that's a Puppy Bowl. So, Lena, please tell us a little bit about the Puppy Bowl because I ain't never heard of it. Q to Beat, if you got a clip or something, go in and run the blood clot.
First team stuff, baby.
Yeah,
Look at them puppies.
All my people whose team ain't goes to the Super Bowl this year, you're not trying to flip the table, you ain't trying to be stressed. Definitely check out the Super Bowl. Instead of humans, it's puppies, it's animals from shelters. They got puppies who have disabilities. Just bringing awareness to dogs who are in shelters and stuff. I think it is the most adorable thing. I got 3 dogs. They getting signed up. You hear me? They need to bring some money in the house. Not playing. But yeah, so basically every year on the same day as the Super Bowl, they have like you see on the screen, they got puppies playing playing football. I think it is just awesome.
So wait a minute. So there's an actual field, and so what are the puppies doing? Like they trying to get the ball up the field? Like, are they running plays? Like, what the hell am I looking at? I see the puppies are cute. Don't get it twisted.
They willing to grab the darn toy, go after the toy versus going for the ball.
So apparently they're supposed to take the toy and they're supposed to throw the toy into the touchdown. So I think it's like Team Fluff and Team Rough this year. Like
Team Fluff and Rough.
They take the toy and they throw it in that joint.
Team Fluff, okay. So I wonder if do they practice, like, or do like they have them at home? Like, all right, buddy, the big game is tomorrow, so I need you to go out there and I need you to rough up that toy. Like, do they practice with a toy? Or do they just throw them out there and just let them go?
They go to ball.
I believe they just throw them out there and let them go. They just let them have a good time.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Especially with the little fuzzy ball, and look at him, a man throwing some moves on him. You can see the rest of the dog, but he's like, "No, homie, I got this one." And
Saquon Dogley.
Because it brings awareness to animal adoptions and the needs of animals, especially one last year, same way with the dog, with the 2 front legs that were missing. So the dog was born that way. So the owner bought the prosthetics. There we go. That's That to me is the highlight. I'm a big animal advocate. We as humans do so much wrong, but at the same time, it's so much good in the world. So it's to bring a lighter side to the sport.
Saquon Dogley. That's who that was right there.
Barkley. Might well just go with Barkley.
Good stuff. Yeah, Kamaya, I agree. That is too cool. Y'all just educated me on something. That's dope. I'm actually gonna watch that. I want to see I want to see the Puppy Bowl, and I want to see how they do it. And maybe, just maybe, y'all make me forget about the Bud Bowl. Because the Bud Bowl, I'm showing my age now. Because I know people at home, but Lucy, what the hell is a Bud? The Bud Bowl was when they had the bottles of beer playing football against. It was like Budweiser against Bud Light.
But like,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was back in the day, man. But yo, shout out to the Puppy Bowl. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Big advocate for animals and animal wellness and taking care of your pets and all of that. Dogs and shelters, they need homes. And so hopefully, Puppy Bowl and things like this will bring more awareness to it, and it would allow people to go out there and go and adopt a puppy, adopt a dog, adopt a kitty cat, adopt a rabbit or a pet jackal. I don't know if you could adopt a jackal, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I mean. I used to have an iguana. I'm from Miami, and we used to catch iguanas, and I had a pet iguana. He didn't really live that long because I didn't know that iguanas could only really eat like plants and stuff like that. So I kept
eating them hot dogs.
Yeah, I was a kid. I didn't know what.
Yeah, the sausages.
Yeah, I was feeding them bugs. I was feeding them like flies and like ants and roaches and like I was whatever I could put in there, and then I came home one day.
That was horrible.
Maybe I shouldn't be saying that. If animal rights people gonna be like, yo, but I was a kid. In my defense, I was a kid. I didn't know what I was doing. Now I do, and I ain't with all of that. But yeah, salute. Oh man, good stuff. Now, Big Ty, you've been here before. Lena, this is your first time, and this is the part of the show I love this part. This is my favorite part of the show. At the Sports Time Zone, ladies and gentlemen, we are all about entertainment and having fun and talking about stuff and enjoying ourselves and laughing and joking. But also we are here to educate y'all too. So there was a lot of great historic athletes that we got to see play in their primes. Some of you youngsters may not have got to see some of these athletes that we got to see. Some of us that are in my generation may have seen these athletes, but we forgot how great they were. So what we do with this segment of the show is we highlight these athletes. And being that this is Black History Month, let me stand up again. Black excellence.
Let's go.
Being that this is Black History Month, and we've got the lovely Lena Lay in the building with us. This installment of the History Player of the Week is brought to you by yours truly, brother Noomsy, Big Ty Hill, Q the Beat, and the lovely Lena Lay. This is the Black History Player of the Week. And we got two, not one, but two history players. We got one male and one female, and we gonna do the justice of saying ladies first.
Ladies first.
Without further ado, let's get our female Black History Player of the Week. Run the blood clot, let's Q. Let's get it.
Female Black.
I'm interested to see who we got here. History Player of the Week, y'all. Who is that? Y'all know who that is.
Y'all know who that is.
Y'all know who it is. That's Serena Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Now,
one of the greatest.
That's
ever. She is the greatest ever.
Yes. Big shout out to Serena.
Big shout out to Serena, man. For those of y'all who don't know Serena Williams, she stepped into the scene when she was like 17 years old, if I'm not mistaken. She was 17, came out under the guidance of her older sister, Venus Williams, and they stormed on the scene. I don't know how many majors does Serena have, Q? Do you know?
A lot.
Yeah, she got a lot of majors.
All of them.
I think she broke the record for the most major championships. I think she got, I don't know how many Wimbledon championships she has, but she dominated. And when I say dominated, she dominated women's tennis for the entire span of her career. Pure dominance. This is some of her highlights. Look, now, I believe her return was her strongest aspect of her game. She could serve too, but her return was wicked. And then she was built like look, you see her. She got the strength, she had the power, she had the agility. And I mean, she was just physically intimidating to her opponents. And she didn't play no blood clot games. Serena Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Let's enjoy some of the great.
Give it a 2. 39 major titles, 23 single titles, 14 double wins. I mean, but talking about done back to back.
That's crazy, Ty. Now, Lena, I don't know if you got to witness any of Serena's greatness because I know she retired a short while ago. But do you know anything or have seen anything of Serena in your young life?
Not necessarily, but it's always been a household name around me. When you talk about tennis, you know, it's not a conversation unless you know, Serena and Venus weren't involved. So I definitely think both of them earned their name keep. You know, they worked so hard. You know, if anybody's checked out the movie King Richard, which you know, chronicles their upbringing and stuff, they've been training all of their life. You know, if anybody deserves it, it's them. So, yes, big shout out to her.
Salute. And that's why we do this, you know, for people who may not have had a chance to witness her greatness. But that's why we do this. All right. Now, moving things over to the other gender, to the men's side, I believe I put a link in there, Q, of Kimbo, but you probably already have it. Kimbo Slice, ladies and gentlemen. I know y'all may not know who Kimbo Slice is, but I'm about to tell you who Kimbo Slice is. From the 305, from my hometown of Miami, Florida, Kimbo Slice, ladies and gentlemen, was not only a boxer, not only a UFC fighter, but he started off as a backyard brawler. He would make YouTube videos going in people's backyards and fighting against other big-time bullies in other neighborhoods. People would just pay Kimbo to knock people out in his backyard. And this is some of what you would see right now from Kimbo. Look at him, the ferocity. Kimbo was built like Incredible Hulk. Look at the backyard brawl. And this is him in the UFC. Now, he started off as just like a street fighter. And then when he transitioned to the UFC, this is what he was doing to folks. This is what he was doing, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. Another one. What? Boom. Boom.
Good right. Sleep.
Night. It was night. You remember Kimbo, Big Ty?
Man, do I? I remember when I first started watching Kimbo, watching the YouTube videos, and I'd be like, man, I was thinking he was going to go straight boxing. I did not know that he was wanting more of a challenge. He said he couldn't get in it. He didn't think that prize fighting was going to be a challenge. So he went to UFC. And he had a mixed career in the UFC. And then once he realized that, hey, he should go into boxing, that's when the boxing made most sense for him. But Kimbo had a good run.
Yeah.
I think Kimbo didn't take him to effect when it comes to UFC. You got to watch out for their legs, too, because you can get knocked out with somebody's ankle up to the side of your temple just as fast as you can, taking a hard left to the side of your face. So, you know.
Good point. Excellent point, man. Excellent point, Big Ty. Rest in peace to Kimbo Slice, who did pass away a few years ago. So Kimbo is definitely Black history, and he's a part of the SportsTImeZone history, Black History Player of the Week. So salute to Kimbo Slice. Appreciate you on that Q to beat, and thank y'all for all making sure y'all paid attention to that. Now, we've come to the very end of the show. Man, this hour went by fast. It went by quick. Come to the end of the show.
Having fun, baby.
I know, time flies when you're having a good time. So this is the part of the show, again, it's the last 8 minutes of the show or whatever, where we like to call this the 2-minute turn up. We just go around the clock here and we just, each of us, give our last little 2-minute parting words of what we want to say to close out the show. Anything at all that you want to talk about for 2 minutes, it's all yours. It ain't got to be about nothing we talked about. It could be about whatever. So my 2 minutes that I'm going to talk about is none other than, I've been wanting to talk about this for quite some time, but I want to talk about in sports, the way athletes are sometimes treated like slaves. Like, I know what y'all saying, but see, they get paid millions of dollars. What do you mean they're getting treated like slaves? Well, think about it. You got guys that's They got their kids registered in school in a certain place. They got their family. They got everything. Their whole life is in a place that they've established as their home. Then they go to sleep and wake up one morning to find out that they got traded halfway across the country somewhere else. Now they got to uproot their kids. They got to move, everything that they have and know all the way to another side of the world, another side of the country or the globe. I think that's crazy. But then when a player or an athlete says, look, I want to trade, and he asks or demands a trade, then all of a sudden everybody's coming down on him like, oh, he needs to honor his contract. He needs to do what, he signed this contract, so he needs to play and honor it. Well, why doesn't it work both ways? Why do the team get to just up and trade you and ship you off somewhere, but the minute that you want to stand up for yourself and either ask for more money or demand that you want to be moved somewhere else, now all of a sudden, oh, he's insubordinate. He's not a team player. He's selfish. He's this and he's that. Yo, y'all got to stop it and chill. Y'all are mad because now athletes have more power than they ever had, and they're using that power. So, yeah, Jimmy Butler did act a fool. Thank you, Peter B. Appreciate that applause. Yeah, Jimmy Butler did act a fool so he can get himself out of Miami. But so what? It worked. So he got traded to Golden State. He got the money. He just signed a 2-year extension for $121 million. And he's 35 years old. How many 35-year-old athletes is going to get 2 years, $121 million? So it worked. So whatever y'all want to say about calling Jimmy selfish or calling, talking bad about athletes who demand trades and want to move on and go somewhere else, y'all need to keep that same energy when these teams do that to them. So keep the same energy. That's all I got on that one. Big Ty, what you got for your last 2 minutes?
My last 2 minutes was almost on the same thing, but my 2 minutes would go be a little bit different though. I get what you're saying because I take it like this. You had players like Dominique that played his heart out for the Hawks, did everything, night in, night out, showed his heart for the city. And as soon as he blew his Achilles tendon that way, 15, 16 years with the one team, you just up and trade.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to sports, a lot of people need to realize that, hey, first thing about being an athlete is the business. I think these leagues don't educate players of politics, and a lot of people say, oh, it's all about loyalty. I think it's more about understanding the people who you draft. It's a business. The same way it's been a rapper. You're not just a rapper, you're a business partner with the music label, with the distribution. But the athlete, you're a partner with the team that signed you. So, hey, a lot of people a lot of fans don't realize that these people are human. I get a chance to work around athletes on the financial side, especially educating them now. You just coming to all these millions of dollars, what to do with it next. So when I talk to people, and you learn from the business side, but at the same time, I think that some athletes do need to understand the organization that they're going to. Do some research first, because at the end of the day, if basketball is a product, it's a money-making product. So if you as an athlete not giving, I use Zion for example, can't stay healthy, can't stay in shape. At some point, New Orleans will either get him to come to Jesus, meaning that, hey, Zion, we need you to do what you can do to take your game to the next level. Somebody needs to show him, bro, you need to invest money into yourself and your body to be able to produce at a high level. Shucks, they said Charles Barkley would go and get him a darn 3 or 4 Big Macs before a game, but it wasn't no night. Charles Barkley didn't come out there and put up 20, 30 points. Rarely ever hurt. He had to put time in conditioning to make it do what it do. Now, was Charles overweight? Of course. Charles even said it himself. Shucks. But at the end of the day, when you need to perform, he got out there, did his thing.
He still did his thing. I got you. I hear you good, and that's fair. I appreciate you and your fairness. Thank you for the round of applause. Lena Lay, 2 minutes uninterrupted, whatever you want to talk about. I know you mentioned something about our former president, Joe Biden, and his like after presidency or whatever, but go ahead. It's your time. You could talk about what you want for 2 minutes. Go for it.
Yeah. I might just go ahead and capitalize what y'all was talking about off sports. So, the longest time since I've been alive, I've always been a Patriots fan. I was born in Boston, so I think I'm kind of predisposed to that. Excuse me. But after Brady left, the Patriots just wasn't performing the way they used to. We was first in our division, and the year after he left, we was third in our division. So I'm thinking and then now just even sitting back thinking about the Super Bowl that's coming up with the Chiefs and the Eagles. I'm like, I remember when it was like every year or every other year, it was the Patriots going. Now we're not going at all. So it's like, was Brady really carrying that entire team on his back that they really plummeted like that as soon as he left? Like, it's something. I'm like, I don't even know who did it now. So I'm rooting for the Commanders, but I'm like, man, like that was my team, and they not even. They was always hating on them. They was like, oh, they always win. Let someone else win. They're a good team. Their defense was amazing. Like, what do you expect? They had an awesome coach. So that's just what happens. And it's like, it was really like disheartening to see them like go down like that with them to be such a good team. So I'm like, I'm sitting here. I've never been like huge on sports, but now I'm like, damn, now I ain't got nothing. Like, I was holding
a little different energy.
Man. I know. I thought Gronkowski going hold him over. Apparently, they just couldn't do it without Brady, man. So I'm like, am I a fan of the Patriots? I'm a fan of Brady. Like, no, now, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Well, you never know. Things could change next year. You never know. Y'all might be back on top. We'll see what happens with that. But appreciate you for sharing that with us. Q to B, take us home, brother.
Well, what's good, everybody? You already know what I'm about to talk about.
Oh, God, here we go.
3P.
Y'all see the background.
I'll get y'all drinks, popcorn ready. Get everything. Call the wives, call the children, grandmas, everybody line up and get ready to witness greatness. Come Sunday, as the greatest quarterback, take this 3P home for Kansas City, and then we might just be looking for a 4P, which ain't never been done on top of something that ain't never been done. So, hey, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And it's a great time to be alive. I waited like 35 years of my life for this. And,
wow.
Hey, I've been a fan for a long time. Since Okoye, since Steve Bird, since Dale Carter, Eric Thomas, man. James Hastings. Come on, man. Come on. JJ Burton. People don't even know who these people are, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how long I've been a fan. Hey, it feels good to be a Chiefs fan. That's 3P, man.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens, man. Y'all heard it here first. Oh, now, Big Ty, we got to get your Super Bowl pick real quick. Before you go, I know we had a little 2-minute term. Before you go, real quick, Eagles or Chiefs?
I ain't gonna front. I'm a Patrick Mahomes fans, man.
Let's go. I'm
gonna tell you. Shout out to Jake Daniels for winning Offensive Player of the Year. So we gotta give him his kudos. That he just got them noses for me.
Okay, so Kansas City Chiefs clearly for Big Ty. Lane Lay, Kansas City Chiefs or Philadelphia Eagles? We got to get your pick.
Oh gosh, the Eagles got excellent defense. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
Okay, all right, we split. All right, we split. Y'all already know, brother Noomsi. I picked the Eagles. Q to beat picked the Kansas City Chiefs. So we got 2 for the Chiefs and 2 for the Eagles. The Super Bowl is this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate y'all for watching the Sports Time Zone once again. Thank y'all for tuning in. Yours truly, brother Noomsi, Q to beat, Big Ty, and Layna Lay. We gonna catch y'all next week, Thursday, same time, same station. Enjoy the Super Bowl, y'all. And we are out.